Hey, this is Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much. As always, for viewing my video. Please like and subscribe. Please hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment in the comment section below. That'll help out my channel analytics. I sincerely appreciate that. There's going to be a brief video on, basically I'm going to give my opinion on Analogue Productions Acoustic Sounds, their UHQR release of Sonny Rollins Way Out West in stereo. And also in the same video, this video, I'm also giving my opinion or review of the Analogue Productions Acoustic Sounds UHQR version of Art Pepper meets the rhythm section. I'm going to do them both in one video. I debated whether I was going to do them in separate videos, but I thought I would give the audience some value and do it all in one video, because my opinion, at least on the sound performance, the improvements of sound are almost identical on both of them. And so I thought I would do them all in one video. Like I said, this is going to be a brief video, and I'm going to give them my opinion based on a comparison to the Contemporary Records Acoustic Sound Series versions of Sonny Rollins Way Out West, and also the Contemporary Records Acoustic Sound Series version of Art Pepper meets the rhythm section. And I'm gonna give a commentary on the price of these sets at the end of this video. One of my viewers left a comment saying for him to purchase some of these records, they better sound 6 times or 5 times as better. These Contemporary Records Acoustic Sound Series records, these cost $30, whereas the UHQR sets, $150. Are they worth the price of admission? We're gonna get to that in this video. But I'm gonna show you the contents of each box, and then I will, give my commentary on the sound. I already reviewed both of these records in a previous video, not the record, but the Sonny Rollins Way Out West. The performance I reviewed on a CD, and I gave the performance a 9. What a legendary, transcendent performance by Sonny Rollins on saxophone. It is a master class in terms of saxophone play. Both of these records, I believe, came out in 1957 on Contemporary Records, where Sonny Rollins Way Out West album features Sonny Rollins tenor saxophone, Ray Brown bass, Shelly Manne drums. What a legendary performance on saxophone, tenor saxophone. If you love tenor saxophone, listen to Sonny Rollins' performance on this record. It's just transcendent in terms of his play, his execution of play. What an amazing display of saxophone play of Sonny Rollins on Way Out West. And the same thing applies to Art Pepper meets the rhythm section. Again, issued in 1957. This one is a Craft Recordings Contemporary Records Acoustic Sound Series version of the album. This one features Art Pepper tenor, alto sax, I should say, Red Garland piano, Paul Chambers bass, Philly Joe Jones drums, Miles Davis's rhythm section. But I'm going to show you the contents of the boxes, and I'm going to start with the UHQR of Sonny Rollins Way Out West. Now this box differs from the previous style of box, where the previous style opens like this, and you can take the records out from top. Whereas this style of box, a newer style, it opens up like some of those older classical boxes. I don't know if I can show it. There we go. So it opens up like that. So I'm going to show you the contents of the box, and we'll get to my brief sound assessment of each album. Like I said, my sound assessment just happens to be extremely similar, almost identical. But it comes with a cover, and the records are shipped outside of the cover. And oh, by the way, both of these sets are 45 RPM, 2 LP sets, 45 RPM on Clarity vinyl, mastered by Bernie Grunman. like I said, 200 gram vinyl, if I did not mention that, and 45 RPM. So this is a cover of the Sonny Rollins Way Out West. It has this nice texture to it. And that's the back. And I believe they made 2,700, I think it was 2,750 copies of each one, I believe. It's inside of a gatefold with fabulous picture of Sonny Rollins. My number was 116. Surprised I got such a low number. Also in the box, the Sonny Rollins box, you get the you know, advertisement sheet from Analogue Productions, Acoustic Sounds. This sheet right here, the certificate. Technical specifications manual. This opens up. As well as this very nice in-depth look at contemporary records. I believe, I don't know how many pages this is, but it's pretty cool. Very nice. I'll see if I can show you some pages inside. Very well put together, this booklet. See if I can show you a few more pictures. Like I said, it's very well put together. Nice literature and notes inside. The hype sticker that was outside of the box, and the vinyl, which was on Clarity vinyl. It's in 200 gram, 45 RPM records. See if I can take one out so you can see a little bit better. Well done, high quality box. You know, you know, the way it was put together exceptionally well, in my opinion. Please leave your comments in the comment section below which box you prefer, this one that opens up or the older one. At the moment, I'm slightly going towards the older one. I like the way it opens up like this versus opening up like a book, but it's just a matter of personal preference, I believe. But they're both very nice boxes. They're stellar in terms of aesthetic looks, no doubt about it. So that's the Sonny Rollins Way Out West. And the Art Pepper Meets Rhythm section is very similar. It has the same booklet inside. So what I'm going to do is just show you the cover. And again, the albums were shipped outside of the cover, you know, so you're not getting any seam splits or anything like that. This is Art Pepper Meets a Rhythm section cover. And my number on this one was 228. Again, I'm surprised mine was so low. Again, a beautiful picture of Art Pepper inside. Very, very well done. It's a class in terms of very classy production by Analogue Productions, Acoustic Sounds, I must say. But when I compare the UHQRs to the Contemporary Records Acoustic Sound Series 33 1/3 versions of the records. And again, before I get to that, I gave both performances of these albums in a previous video. I gave the performance on this one in terms of overall performance a 9. Sonny Rollins, and same with Art Pepper Meets the Rhythm section. They're both 9s out of 10 in terms of performance. These were mastered by Bernie Grumman. Again, these, the 33 1/3, are 180 gram vinyl records, pressed at RTI. I'm gonna start with Sonny Rollins Way Out West in terms of sound compared to the Contemporary Sounds version, Contemporary Records version, Acoustic Sound series versus the UHQR. When I listen to them, the UHQR, I mean, this one sounds fabulous. It really does. For a 33 1/3 RPM record, Contemporary Records Acoustic Sounds did a sensational job, and Bernie Grumman did a sensational job on this one right here in terms of the overall sound, the detail of the sound, and hearing the the nuances, the intimate details, and the minute details of Sonny Rollins saxophone, the bass of Ray Brown, and the drumming of Shelly Manne. There is the song "I'm an Old Cowhand." I think near the end of the song you can hear Shelly Manne's drums, and when he hits the cymbal, it expands like a little bit beyond the center of the sound stage, and it is a beautiful and magical effect on drums. And again, you can hear the great detail of Shelly Manne's drums overall in the right speaker. Shelly Manne and Ray Brown were in the right speaker. Sonny Rollins was in the left speaker. And the bass was represented well. Overall, the frequency range was represented extremely well on this record, and sounds really good for a $30 record. This sounds sensational. Now, when I listen to the UHQR version of Sonny Rollins Way Out West, it is more of a robust listening experience in terms of the warmth. It is more of a immersive experience in terms of the the ambiance, echo, and delay, even though you're restricted to the right and left speakers. For example, that cymbal hit by Shelly Manne in I'm an Old, what's the name of it? I think it's I'm an Old Cowhand. I think that's the name of the, I'm an Old Cowhand. The cymbal hit of Shelly Manne it has more sheen, and shimmer. That cymbal hit, like I said, it goes to the center of the sound stage. On both the 33 1/3 and the UHQR, if you listen very carefully, you can hear when Shelly Manne has a drum solo at the end of I'm an Old Cowhand, you can hear his voice. He's making a voice or a sound as he's drumming, and you can hear it slightly more prominently on the UHQR. And again, that cymbal hit, it just has more of a magical shine and shimmer to it, and the instruments have this ambience to them that the 33 1/3 has, but not as much as the UHQR. The UHQR takes it elevates it to a higher level, and it really enhances the listening experience when you listen to this, because this one is very close to like an analog tape, this one, than the 33 1/3. It's more closer to an analog tape in my opinion when listening to this one, compared to the 33 1/3 on all instruments, where the detail of Shelly Manne's drums is more pristine, the bass is more robust and bass-like, and Sonny Rollins on saxophone is more of a genuine sound of a saxophone. It's closer to You Are There than the 33 1/3, in my opinion. I'm going to give the sound of the UHQR of Sonny Rollins Way Out West a 10. The performance I gave a 9. The sound a 10, because it's awesome. Some of you may not like that strict left and strict right panning that goes on in these contemporary records, but they were recorded exceptionally well in terms of capturing the performance on magnetic tape, and to the point where the 33 1/3 sound sensational. That's how well it was recorded. But the UHQR of Sonny Rollins Way Out West is just a different dimension in sound. I think that's a good description. It is another dimension of sound. It is a step up in terms of dynamics, in terms of detail, in terms of dimension, in terms of, you know, the intimate echoes and delays, and the the distance between the instruments in the left and the right speaker, between Ray Brown and Shelly Manne. It has more of a detail. It has more of a you are there feeling, is what I'm trying to say. That was sensational. That one gets a 10. And the exact same thing could be said about Art Pepper Meets a Rhythm section. The exact same improvements, except I must admit, I think the Sonny Rollins Way Out West was a greater improvement over the 33 1/3 than the Art Pepper Meets a Rhythm section, because I think the 33 1/3 version of Art Pepper Meets a Rhythm section is a stunning 33 1/3 record. But even still, the UHQR elevates that stunning listening experience with a little bit more advanced detail in the saxophone of Art Pepper. In the rhythm section, which is in a right speaker, has elevated detail. Again, it has more robust bass, more detail in the piano and drums. And I know Philly Joe Jones' solo, I believe it's on the first song, You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To. And that solo on the UHQR has this slightly more expansiveness to it in terms of its dimension. It's more of a dimensional listening experience overall. So I'm giving the Art Pepper Meets a Rhythm section in terms of sound a 10 too. They're just both stunning representations of those amazing records. And that is a testament to contemporary records in 1957 when they recorded these albums, how well they were recorded and how well they held up, because that is a extremely analog listening experience. I've listened to many of the UHQRs, a lot of one-steps, a lot of directed disc recordings, and this one is way up there in terms of a listening experience. How do these hold up to some of the other UHQRs? I think some of the better UHQRs Analogue Productions, Acoustic Sounds produce are probably Asia, Steely Dan Asia, Miles Davis Kind of Blue, Ballads by John Coltrane, A Love Supreme, John Coltrane. I think I mentioned Asia, Steely Dan. Those are some of the better ones, and these are in that category. Art Pepper Meets the Rhythm section, and Sonny Rollins Way Out West are in that upper echelon of UHQRs, in my opinion. And I think that is more of a testament also to contemporary records and how the album was recorded in the first place. I'm intrigued how this would sound in mono, though. I'm going to have to somehow get a mono of these albums, mono version of these albums. That's going to be a very interesting listen. I think they were worth it. You know, I got this comment in the comment section below on one of my videos, several videos ago. He's saying that, you know, some of these UHQRs are, you know, 5 times the price of something like this version, the Contemporary Records Acoustic Sounds version of the record. They're like 5 times the price. He said the only way he would buy it if it sounds 5 times is better. To me, that statement does not make any sense, because when you buy these sets, you're not trying to achieve a multiple of 5x. What you're trying to do is have the listening experience more closer to the analog master tape. I gave these analogies in other videos, like in auto racing. These teams spend millions upon millions of dollars trying to cut fractions of a second off a track, you know, a lap speed. Same thing in track and field. These athletes spend a ton of money on, you know, personal chefs, personal trainers, only to, and same with Olympic swimming, only to cut a fraction of a second off their lap time or off their time. Same with these records. The improvements are incremental. They're not 5x. And to get that small incremental improvement, well, there's a price attached to that. The goal is not to have a 5x multiple listening experience. The goal is to get closer to the master tape as possible. That is the goal. Are these worth it? Are these worth $150? You really want to know my personal opinion? You can leave yours in the comment section below. I'm going to tell you what they're worth. Straight up. They're worth what people are willing to pay. Bottom line. If you don't think they're worth it, cool. You have these right here. There are other options. Now me, I don't have a lot of money. To me, they were worth the price of admission because the listening experience was transcendently great on both of those. Art Pepper Meets a Rhythm section, Sonny Rollins Way Out West. Those are transcendent versions of the album. Do I have an original pressing? No. But I will tell you this. It'd be interesting to hear some videos of some YouTubers who do a shootout between the UHQR versions and a original pressing. A clean original pressing. I bet you a clean original pressing is more, or at least rivals the price of the UHQRs. These UHQRs are in mint condition. Are you going to find the original pressing in mint condition? Please leave your comments in the comment section below if you have an original pressing and a UHQR in your shootout results. But those are my opinions. Like I said, they're both 10s. A stunning piece of work by Analogue Productions, Acoustic Sounds. And oh, by the way, if you're a fan of that albums, these are great alternatives. These Contemporary Records Acoustic Sound Series versions, they're $30. They sound stunning. Matter of fact, I would say the Art Pepper Meets a Rhythm section sounds a little bit better, in my opinion, on the Sonny Rollins Way Out West album. Just a little bit better. Sounded like it was recorded a little bit better. And oh, by the way, if I failed to mention, I listened to these albums on a Rega P8 turntable with a Apheta 3 cartridge. Those of you new to my channel, that's why I'm repeating this. My phono stage was a Whest, that's Whest 0.20 phono stage. My preamp is a Passlabs X2 preamp. My amplifier is a Balanced Audio Technology VK60 tube amplifier. And my speakers are from a company called Kindle. That's Kindel PLS-A speakers. They're very tall. They stand approximately 67 inches from ground to the top of the cabinets. Awesome sounding speakers. And, those speakers are great for jazz and vocals. But those are my assessments of the UHQRs. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe if you want to donate to my channel. There's a PayPal donation link in the description below. And also, if you want to donate to my channel in another way, there are some Amazon affiliate links in the description below. If you purchase those products, I get a commission for the sale of those products. But even if you go through those links and don't purchase those products and purchase something else you would like to buy, just as long as you go through those links, I'll get a commission for that sale as well. That helps you buy these records to review on this channel. So please keep that in consideration. Thank you very much for viewing my video. God bless, strong love, and more important than the music, just keep the peace worldwide.